Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We have our iconic 2024 event guide Scary Farm video where I plan out your whole night at Scary Farm for you ahead of time. And I have done research and I've looked at the weights and I have analyzed ahead of time, so I know what I'm telling you is somewhat based in fact. You know, I'm not just like, oh, you should go here, here, here. Like, I know what I'm talking about. I've been to Scary Farm. How many years would it be? 2021, 2022, 2023. So I've been 3 years in a row. And this will be my 4th year going. And I've been watching videos forever, and I've checked out this year already and seen the statistics and the weights and everything. And I've talked to people. So, this is it will help you. So, and you guys know, people who've already been watching me for quite some time know that. So, yeah, let's start off. So, my typical go-tos, which were the depths or dark entities, are no longer there, obviously, which is really sad because they were, I think, two of the best there. Not the depths, I think, was my favorite, but dark entities was really well done also, but they're gone. And now the latest mazes are in that corner. And this is what's interesting, is you'd assume everyone's going to rush straight to those mazes. But what's interesting is that is not the case. People they go into the park and they go up into Ghost Town automatically because that's where they see all this action, and people who don't know what they're doing are going to go to where the action is. They're not going to peel off. So that's why it's super busy in Ghost Town at the beginning of the night, because it's just everyone flooding in, which is weird. I really don't get why people don't see the signs saying that there's 4 mazes in that direction, but they don't. So, yeah, so start out in the corner here, and the far left corner, you're going to go down, and the first one you're going to go to is do widows first. And this is something I've seen, which is interesting because basically widows is one of the 2 latest mazes, but the line is empty when you're there at rope drop. If you're there at rope drop and you rush to widows, you're going to wait in 0 line. And I guarantee you, 1 hour into the night, that will be a 30-minute line. So you are 1,000% going to want to go over there first. Even if there's a tiny wait, don't let that scare you off. That's still go there first. So go to widows first. Yeah, which, as you see the guide right now, it's 2. Then from there, you're going to want to trail up to Bloodline. And, some may disagree with this, and some people really don't like this maze, which I understand, because really the whole maze is a failure. Because if you didn't know, it started out with as a laser gun maze, like the zombie one, the special ops infected one that they had a few years back. That was, I think, the most well-known and probably one of the best mazes they've ever had, period. So they tried to do it again in a different way with different, not zombies. They tried to do it with vampires. But the laser gun process was so complicated and the maze was so small that they couldn't keep it up, basically. And the line was getting so long that people were wasting half their night in line for Bloodline, and then had no time to do the other things that they paid $70 to go do, or 60, however much. So they ended up scrapping the guns, and now it's just a walkthrough maze, but they haven't changed it at all. So it's the monsters are in the same places. They still have the Q video where you used to have guns and pick your class and everything. So it just feels very off and very weird and built for that kind of thing. Especially at the last scene. It's like really, you could tell that was like the final boss kind of thing. So a lot of people just, it takes them out of it. You know, and it's only, that maze only lasted 3 years. It's going to be taken out after this Scary Farm. So 2025, it'll be replaced and gone because it's a failure, and that's fine. You know, it's like, I appreciate them trying, because that was a really good idea. They just needed a much bigger space. Because if you remember, Special Ops Infected was huge. It was a ginormous maze. Because that's the space you need to fit enough people in with laser guns. You know, you can't have this little compact space, which is what they had for Bloodline and line circling for 2 hours. You know, 2 hours for Scary Farm is much different than 2 hours for, you know, regular day knots. That's a very different story. In terms of how much of your time you're wasting, you know, so yeah, so just go hit it. It'll be 0 wait, I guarantee you that, and you'll fly through, and it's still, you know, cool. It's still cool, you know, it's not awful. It's not like, oh, I'd never go in there. It's just not perfect, you know, it's far from that. So from there, I would go to, what is this? 8 Fingers 9. This is another one of the newest mazes, by the way. And basically, this one, it's, well, from what I've seen, the wait is very minimal early in the day. It's not empty, but it is minimal, you know, and I feel if you do what I'm telling you and you don't wait around, you could probably not wait at all and just go right in, get out, and be fine. But if you dilly-dally, meaning like, oh, I'm going to go take pictures in Ghost Town for 20 minutes and chat with someone for 10 minutes and then go over, then you're going to have to wait. You know, and that's something I want to be able to go on everything, you know, and so I feel like that's kind of logical. Most people would. Obviously, it's up to you, but I want to hit everything that I possibly can when I'm there. So I just kind of hit all the mazes first, then do scare zones afterwards, and really like immerse myself in each scare zone. And then after that, if I have time, I do a show, and then I go to Legacy Store, and then I leave. That's kind of my routine, and it works perfectly every year. There's not been a single year so far where I've been like, dude, I screwed up. I did not plan right. Every year I go, I'm fine, because I plan it all ahead and it works. So yeah, so just trust me. So go there after, and now you've hit the 2 newest ones. So from here on out, you're pretty clear, but there's a few along the way that you're going to want to hit at specific times. So from there, you're going to want to circle back down, and you're going to want to hit Waxworks, because this is another one. This one you do typically have to wait in a line for. It's not a walk-in. And if you're like a diehard Waxworks fan, I would hit it first, to be honest with you. But that's where pretty much everyone going that direction will go first. So that's where it's like, you know, kind of you're following the sheep, and I wouldn't do that. But if you're like have to make sure you do it first, that wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. But by the time if you're following my thing, it'll be probably a 10-minute wait by the time you get there. And those lines are fast, obviously, because they're not having to seat people in carts, launch them, come back, check all the things, you know, shut all the lap bars, open them if someone can't fit. You don't have all that crap because it's not like a normal theme park. So it's a constantly like flowing line, so they never can be that long. But you'll be fine. I guarantee you're going to be fine. Yeah, so from there, I would, gosh, I have to think. Where is 6? Okay, yeah. From here, I would go, because you want to get all the big ones done as early as you can. So I'd trail up through Ghost Town streets, and I would hit Origins. And this is the biggest maze there. It's like it's like Scary Farm's Rise of the Resistance. Like, it's the big maze that, you know, is everyone's like go-to. It's not my favorite, so I guess calling it the Rise of the Resistance of Scary Farm wouldn't be accurate. But it's like the big e-ticket attraction there that everybody goes to. I know that that's not the right term, but you know what I mean. It's huge. This is the one that, again, you can't escape a wait for, ever, because it's the main maze there. Like, it's the Calico maze, right? Like, this one, I don't know. It honestly wouldn't surprise me if they made this like a permanent legacy maze, because it's themed directly to Knott's Berry Farm, you know? So, like, that wouldn't shock me, and I'd actually like that. I wouldn't hate that at all. But they probably will change it out. But I'm saying, you know, if they did that, that would not be the end of the world. But yeah, you're going to want to go to Origins, and after Origins, hit Grimoire. And I still have not been into Grimoire because I think the theme of that is super weird and, like, just bizarre. And I've never been like, oh, I have to get in there, you know, and I just haven't. But if you want to hit all the mazes, just go there after. It's right down the way. It shouldn't have a big line. Gosh, where would we go next after this? I have it right here. Yeah, okay. So this is where I'd hit room 13. Because this was another one that I had to wait in a decent line for. So you're going to go up into Carnival. Actually, Goring 20s. What am I talking about? I'm stupid. And then go... It's like weird. You go up to where you'd go to the Walter Knott Theater. You go up that stairwell, kind of, and then that's where the line is. And then you go, like, behind the go-karts. Not go-karts. What is it? Bumper cars. And there's, like, this room back there that has the maze in it. But that one did have a line, so I would hit that again earlier. And you'll notice a pattern is I'm getting all the big ones out of the way. And if there's a snaggler that's right there, just do it, you know. And that's something I've learned the hard way is those snaggler ones, they can get crowded randomly throughout the night. So if they're there and you don't see a line, you need to just go. Because if you don't go right at that moment, it will be way more crowded later. So, hit Goring 20s. Is it room 13. Is it my favorite maze? No. Do I even like it that much? Not really, but I'll still go on it again, obviously. But it's just mid. You know, it's like pretty dry. And I originally thought it was going to be way better than that. And there's things I feel like they could have done to improve it a lot, but it's just like a hotel room with, like, blood on it. Some blood on it. That's really all it is. I'm like, okay, that's not... You know, and they'd been building up that plot for years. And, like, a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And then they do it, and it's like, bro, what did you just do? I don't know. It's just, one of my least favorite, probably. Then you'd go... Yeah, so now I would go to Cinema Slasher. You're going to want to get that done. Because that is a newer maze. And this is one of my favorites. It is extremely well done, you know. And, again, hit all the big ones first. Because technically, Mesmer, you're passing right by Mesmer, but that never has a big wait. So you're going to want to hit Cinema Slasher first. Then after Cinema Slasher, you want to trail back up to Mesmer. Go do Mesmer. Then from Mesmer, you're going to want to trail down. Let's think. Okay, so this is where we have our first, like, kind of optional split. if you want to go on the log ride Halloween hootenanny, you'd go right now. However, it always has a line. I did it once. It didn't waste my time. I still had plenty of time to go to the other stuff, but it has a line. Always. And it just doesn't fit the vibe of Scary Farm that much, because it's not actually scary. It's like super cheery and whatever, which is fine. And honestly, you might need a break after all of this. Like, you know, if it's your first time, you might need like a little break, and I get that. And even it's just cool to be like inside of Scary Farm but out of it at the same time, and that's what I feel like happens on Timber Mountain. It's like you're above and outside of everything, you know, and it's like the opposite feeling of Scary Farm. It's like it's a really cool, like, weird feeling when you go during Scary Farm and you like are passing through those like turns and you see like scare actors outside below you. It's like really cool. And they do not ride with you anymore like they used to, so it's just a peaceful break, you know, till you get off, and then you're right in the middle of a scary zone. But, you know, good times, yeah. So hit that if you want to. I'll just leave like a little like mark thing. If you want to go to that, go to it. Then you're going to want to continue down into the gauntlet, and this is another thing you'll notice that conveniently happened. You're going to want to hit Chilling Chambers, which is my favorite maze currently that they have out of all their selections. Again, so well done. I could go into that forever, but it's like a Scary Farm multiverse, and I know someone who worked on it. I talked to someone who worked on it. Not one of the lead developers, but he was in the room when they were pitching it. Way back before it was announced, and I was like, that would be really cool, like having elements from all the mazes over the years and having Easter eggs. And they have that like big pumpkin from Pumpkin Eater, so they put a, you know, recent one in there, and that was my favorite maze ever. I actually have a poster of it right there. But that was my favorite one, and it will always be, because it was the most like horror film like vibe at the whole thing, you know. It like was just perfect. I was really mad when they got rid of it. I was like, dang it. But Chilling Chambers is cool, and it has all these Easter eggs, and it's like cool because it's constantly changing theme. Like it, yeah. So hit that. Then now you'll notice that I started you over here, and we've gone in a circle around the whole park. So now you're gonna go do it again, but this time now I'm gonna change colors of my pen. This time, you're going to go to all the scare zones. So now you'll go up, do Ghost Town, then you'll go up and do, yeah, I'd fly to Scoring 20s, then fly, oh, this stupid computer, stop, there we go. Then fly down to Carnival, go through Carnival, then go down to Forsaken Lake, then go down into Gauntlet. Boom. You've done lap 2. Then now from here on out, go to shows if you want to go to shows, and you check the times. Because I know the hanging is really popular, and it's a really good show. It's like actually funny, and they don't hold back their jokes, and it actually got canceled for a while because it was people were getting mad at the jokes they were making. But they're back now, which is great, and it's just as crazy as ever, which I love. But yeah, go to that. Just you have to check the show times, which I don't have with me right now. But at any point, if you really want to go to that, just divert down to it and go watch it and go back to the park. But yeah, so that's it, dude. You know, this is a shorter one that, you know, video-wise than I typically do in the past, which is good. You could check that. Maybe I'm wrong. yeah, but then after you see your shows, just go check out Into the Fog, which is in Goring 20s, and it's like an art gallery that's Scary Farm themed. It's super cool. They have it open during the day too if you can't make it during Scary Farm. Check out all the shops, get any merch if you want merch, and then 1000% be sure to stop by the Legacy store. And it's also open during the day this year. It's the first time it's open during the day. I went a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. No, dude, it's been a month. Holy crap. Yeah, it's probably been a month. A month ago, I went in there. And then obviously I went last year when it first opened. I was actually one of the first people ever to get to see it because I went to the preview event and I was super, front in line. So I was one of the first people in the world to ever see that. And it is one of the coolest stores you'll probably ever see in your life. Like it is so well done. It's like a combination of every scare zone in one and elements of all the mazes in one. And it feels like Scary Farm still. You don't feel like you're in a gift shop. Like it has the same feel. They play this weird, kind of just off-putting, not even music, wind effects and maybe a little bit of soundtrack or something, but it sets the mood, and the lighting's super dark, and all the stuff in there is cool. I bought my 50th anniversary shirt there last year, and I bought my 2024 Not Scary Farm shirt there this year. And that's something I'm going to do now, is every year I'm going to get the shirt. And the shirts aren't the roadie, what are they, would they even be roadie shirts? Probably. They're $20, which for a t-shirt in 2024, that is not bad. And they're obviously not peak quality, but they're good and they last a long time, and they don't, the graphics don't fade off. So that's good. So I guess they are made well. It's just the shirt itself is not the most comfortable, but it's not awful. But yeah, it's a good little thing to have. And then, in 10 years, I could be look at the 50th anniversary shirt. I have the 50th anniversary shirt, it's just a cool staple of all the mazes that were there at that time when you went. And they have loads of other stuff too. Anything you want Scary Farm themed, they pretty much have. From mugs to bags to lounge flies, t-shirts, hoodies, Not Scary Farm Monopoly, plushes, trinkets, literally everything. So I guarantee you'll find something in there that you want. Yeah, but it's all really well designed and really well done. So yeah, I recommend that you go check that out. But that is it. So thank you guys for watching. And coming back to the channel, when I post 2 videos this year, which this is my second and probably last for the season, because I'm really busy now, so it's hard for me to make 8 Scary Farm videos, maintain my other channel, maintain my filmmaking, and maintain my part-time job and my life all in one. Kind of hard, so I had to not completely let this go, but lower the amount that I'm doing. So I did the bare minimum, and if I can get another upload in, I will, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But if I can, I will 1000% be sure to do that. If I have a gap of time or whatever, I'm not doing something, that would be great, but again, unrealistic. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope this helps you out a lot, which it will. And I will see you in the next, maybe in a year, maybe in a couple weeks. Who knows, because I'm going this Sunday, so not this yet, yeah, next Sunday. So this coming Sunday, I'll be going there. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope I'm helping you guys out, and I will see you in the next video. Who knows when. Check out my main channel, Saade Video, Saade video, all in one. where I talk about Star Wars. If you are interested in Star Wars, as you can see, I am very interested in Star Wars. And yeah, we just started a new series there too where we talk about just it's like a general live stream where we talk about, like Star Wars, Batman, life, and all sorts of things, like a chill weekly stream that we'll have over there. So make sure to check that out if you're interested. But other than that, I will see you guys who knows when. Goodbye.